Good morning, everybody. Thank you for having me here today. I can see we're having some technical difficulties, and I'm more than happy to come up and make everybody happy. So thank you again, and I want to especially thank Manoj and the volunteers of the PMI North India chapter, the region mentor, and all the chapter presidents in India represented here today. Thank you all for what you have done to make this event possible. So speaking of technical difficulties, I've had a couple of my own recently, and I put them in the category of disruption since that's the theme of this conference. I'd been traveling last week, 10 days, and I came home and went on a trip with my son, a quick trip, to visit university. So he's a senior in high school, and he's going to university next year. So it was a lot of traveling, taking my son up to a trip. And what I normally do on these trips with my children, I have 4 children, I usually gather all the documents, right? Like the passports, the IDs, the tickets, and Dad has all the materials. So I didn't do anything different this time. So I had my son's passport, which he carries with him when he travels, and my materials. So fast forward to Wednesday, so 2 days ago, I was getting ready for this trip. I arrive at the Philadelphia International Airport, and I walk up to the British Airways counter, and I open up my passport, and guess what's inside my passport? My son's passport. So I disrupted myself, and very quickly I realized that my digital skills had to come into play. So I picked up this, and I dialed and texted everybody in my family, so all 4 children and my wife, to come to my rescue. And luckily, they did come to my rescue, and I was reunited with my passport just in time to get on the plane. And my colleagues can attest that I walked on the plane as they closed the door. Now, I haven't done that since like 1995, back when you can show up at the airport 2 minutes before a flight. So I am happy to be here today. This is my first time in India. Thank you. And first time on the stage, representing PMI. So I hope you enjoyed that. So I am looking forward to Amitabh and hearing what he has to say about disruption and transforming India. It really ties into the themes of this particular conference and things that we're doing at PMI. Over the next year, as you may know, PMI is celebrating its 50th anniversary. So on October 3rd of 2019, we will be 50 years old. 10 years of this conference, 50 years of PMI, a lot to look back on and a lot to look forward to, particularly as PMI as an organization is transforming. This year, the India National Conference has a very appropriate theme for its 10th anniversary, India in 2022, leading in a globally disruptive market. Of course, it's difficult to predict how India will be in 2022, but needless to say, we have to be ready for ongoing change. We have to stay flexible. We have to be prepared for everlasting disruption and embrace the journey. Today, I want to spend a little bit of time with you to go over some thoughts on how project managers can prepare for a fast-moving world. So I will be sharing with you some key findings from our Pulse of the Profession research, and I will discuss what trends we see emerging in the project management profession. Despite all the disruption, we have seen a common theme throughout the years, actually, and that common theme is that project management is very important for the success of companies. Very successful companies are not able to do what they do without the discipline of project management and what you do. For example, the state of Andhra Pradesh is building an entirely new capital city from scratch. You see an artist rendering here of their vision, a city in which sustainability has been a core project goal from the beginning. Their vision is a city where green space or water will occupy 60% of the space. A bold vision like this is simply not possible without project management expertise needed to bring it to life. Another example is the Cochin Airport, the first in the world to be solar powered. That project has earned one of the UN's most prestigious environmental awards and resulted in cost savings of approximately 40 crore a year. These are just a couple of examples of countless projects that are shaping India's future across all sectors. Clearly, projects are shaping the future of both India and the global community, and it is our job at PMI to help project managers prepare for that future. No matter what industry they work or in what kind of project delivery practices they use. One of PMI's greatest strategic assets is our Global Executive Council, a group of leading organizations that understand the critical role of project, program, and portfolio management. The council includes a number of leading Indian companies that you can see represented here, along with 80 other influential global business and government agencies that gather a few times a year to share challenges and solutions. The council recently met in New Orleans in the United States. As you might imagine, the topic of conversations was digital disruption. Today, virtually everywhere you go, everyone is talking about technology, including at this conference. Artificial intelligence, blockchain, virtual reality, automation, and other technologies are already influencing the work that project managers do, even those who are not in a high-tech industry. A recent Accenture survey of business leaders around the world found that 82% expect their organization to be a digital business over the coming 3 years. And I have to say that clearly the other 18% are not paying attention. We are seeing examples among our council companies. It's a video that you can see online. It shows Caterpillar is using autonomous mining vehicles and mining trucks in the deserts of Western Australia. These self-driving vehicles increase efficiency and streamline important parts of their production process, their mining process. Using this and other technologies, Caterpillar is essentially trying to reinvent itself from a manufacturer of heavy industrial machinery to the Internet of Things connected organization. What Caterpillar and other organizations quickly learn is that even if that driver's seat is empty, people are still needed and have an important role in integrating the technologies into their projects. You may know that recently, PMI launched our own podcast called Projectified. It was recently ranked as one of the top 10 career podcasts in India. I encourage you to give it a listen for some compelling insights from thought leaders on topics that impact our profession. One episode featured Dr. Michael Chewy, an expert on artificial intelligence from McKinsey. He estimated that about half of all of our activities currently done in the workforce could be automated by technologies that already exist. Did you get that? It could be automated with stuff we know about today. Doesn't even account for new breakthroughs that are coming down the road. It's exciting, but it's kind of scary, right? As technology frees us from some of our routine aspects of work, other experts predict that capabilities like teamwork and critical thinking will be more important than ever. We are seeing the same in our research. People still matter, and hiring the right talent with the right skills matters most. PMI does a series of research reports each year called The Pulse of the Profession. In it, we summarize business trends and identify how they are impacting project management, then deeply dive into one or two of these every year. In 2018, we have been studying how organizations are successfully managing disruption using new ways of working. Throughout this year and next, we will be looking at the future of project management, and through PMI's own transformation efforts internally, defining the association of the future. Our most recent report, The Project Manager of the Future, was released last month, and it looks at the tools project managers need to thrive in a digital environment. You may be surprised to find that only a few of them are technology skills. Let's take a look. Building a digital age skill set today requires a balance of capabilities evident in our talent triangle. In our study, skills such as innovative mindset, collaborative leadership, and ability to make data-driven decisions ranked very highly, along with change management, market awareness, customer focus, and knowledge of legal and regulatory compliance issues. All of these skills align to our talent triangle. The research also identified critical technology-specific skills, including data science and knowledge of security and privacy technologies. In short, the skills project managers need to survive an environment of ongoing digital disruption require a unique blend that draws from each side of the talent triangle. To represent this impact, PMI recently added, as you can see, this digital overlay to our talent triangle that you're familiar with, emphasizing the importance of a combination of skills that will lead to success in the digital age. Tonight, at the awards ceremony, we will be honoring excellence in project management. While these projects and teams honored reflect a variety of situations and industries, what they share is that they also reflect an understanding of how successful project managers represent each aspect of this talent triangle. Let's take a moment to reflect further on a few of these skills. The ability to make data-driven decisions. We often hear about the term big data. Many organizations are still exploring how they can most effectively leverage the incredible quantities of data that we have at our disposal. The amount of data available can be overwhelming. The upside is, though, that it has never been more possible to drive decisions based on facts rather than opinions and anecdotes. As one example here in India, the pharmaceutical giant Novartis debating whether to place their new India headquarters in Mumbai or Bangalore. The company was able to leverage data from LinkedIn about the talent pool to make their decision. As Mumbai was home to a larger population of the mid-career talent the company was seeking, the decision was ultimately made to locate to Mumbai. And consensus on this decision was achieved in just 3 weeks, largely thanks to this advanced data capability. The more you use data and analytics to deliver and demonstrate the value of your projects, the more valuable you will become. Collaborative leadership. When has leadership not been an essential part of steering an organization? Is that really a digital age skill? The context is different today. Today at many organizations, leadership is much more than soft skills, or much more about soft skills we have touched on here. Leaders need to be able to inspire, motivate, and encourage. These are more critical capabilities to have today and far more effective than simply directing others to do what you tell them to do. You need emotional intelligence and interpersonal skills to be able to continue to motivate, communicate, to sense the dynamics that are taking place in your team environment, and then appropriately respond. As just one example, take the Digital India Initiative, a major effort to connect hundreds of millions of people across India to the digital economy. This ultimate example is an ultimate example of a mega project focused on achieving universal digital literacy, high-stakes internet nationwide, and digitizing public services. Just think of all the stakeholders this initiative touches. Tens of thousands of villages, millions of students. This work requires very close collaboration between a number of government ministries as well as 30 state governments. Meanwhile, there are still many people who are skeptical of the project's goals, many who don't necessarily see being connected with the internet as a priority for the country. This is the kind of project where a leader cannot simply give an order. It requires building coalitions, persuading stakeholders, and creating clear vision to the future. And that is an important skill for our digital age project managers. Innovative mindset. One of the most important attributes that all of us can bring to each of our projects is a mindset that is relentlessly focused on innovation. The digital delivery director at Credit Suisse in Switzerland told our PM Network magazine that hard skills are always important, of course, but organizations are really looking for project professionals who have an innovative mindset and that can drive change across the organization. As a senior leader of PMI that oversees our Office of Strategy Delivery, I place a high premium on our project professionals who ask the tough questions and offer innovative solutions. That is a unique and incredible, valuable skill. On the technical leg of the talent triangle, our research has clearly shown that as individuals meet the challenges of their new disruptive reality, they know they have to adapt and embrace a wide variety of new project management practices across the value delivery landscape as seen here. More and more organizations are embracing project management practices all along this value delivery landscape because they know that success starts with identifying the right approach to support the unique needs of each project. In our recent study, techniques like Lean Agile, Scrum, and Waterfall were used in nearly equal measures at the most successful organizations. Other methods included Kanban, SAFe, and LESS. What's most important is that organizations that use some or all of these disciplined approaches to project delivery were far more successful than those that did not. So when you see all these skills and practices, it could be overwhelming, right? So what are you going to ask? What are you asking of this conference and of me? What's the takeaway of what we're talking about here? What should I be doing as an individual? If you leave here remembering one thing, it should be this message. Make ongoing skills development a priority for yourself and your organizations, especially when it comes to gaining those interpersonal and leadership skills. Organizations today need talent who can help them manage the impact of disruptive technologies, and this has placed even more emphasis on the need for ongoing education and skills building. So when a student asks me, what company should I work for, my advice is to focus on organizations that provide continuous training opportunities for their workers. Go where you learn the most. A strong example is Larson & Toubro, one of the members of our Global Executive Council, a major construction and engineering firm which has consistently been a finalist nearly every year for the PMI India Awards program. They were recognized in 2016 with an award for corporate social responsibility and training youth for construction employment. L&T believes in ongoing skills development. That's why they've established an Institute for Project Management Education to provide high-quality education to their employees. They understand that developing a world-class education center helps ensure that L&T is a true center of excellence for project delivery. Supportive organizations like L&T and others know their talent needs to keep growing. Whatever specific practices they use, project managers will need to be prepared with a wide range of approaches to enable their organizations to compete in the future. They must keep an open mind to every approach that can help them meet their goals. And they must be prepared for their role to expand and evolve. In addition to expertise in traditional functions like risk management, scheduling, and planning, the project manager of the future will likely be expected to fulfill a greater number of roles, including strategic advisor, communicator, big thinker, and more. A quote from a project manager in South Africa sums it up well. Developing the right habits and the innovative mindset can only happen within the right cultural environment. The culture must cultivate a mindset that is open to change. When that is in place, project managers can achieve some really remarkable things. There is a video that we're going to make available on the social networking platform, Raj, that you'll be able to see some examples of project managers around the globe and their success and an explanation of the skills needed. As I conclude, I will share with you that our mission at PMI is defined by what we call our winning aspiration, empowering people to make ideas a reality. All of you make a difference. You might be a part of that team building the world's most energy efficient city or landing on Mars. Or you might be doing something that is simply necessary to help society function. You might be overseeing the construction of vital infrastructure or expanding telecommunications access. Regardless of your industry, all of you are making an impact and leading change. And just by being here at this conference, you demonstrate that you are eager to learn even more, enhance your skills, and expand your thinking. My challenge to you as we enter PMI's 50th year is to leave this conference with a new goal or target when it comes to your skills. Whatever your goal is, I hope you will leave here with a plan for getting there. There's a lot of talent around you here, and I know we all have much we can learn from one another. I look forward to learning more about what you're seeing in your organizations and what skills you see as essential for the future of project management. A cornerstone of PMI's own transformation plan is to be your career partner, providing you with skills and training needed to master the practices across the value delivery landscape. So stay tuned as new offerings are rolled out over the next 2 years. Technology has always been the great equalizer and a catalyst for great change in our societies. Digital disruption is yet another wave of technological change that will serve to advance the lives of people around the world. Be an active part of this change through your own project leadership. Thank you.